Look, I get it. Some of you right now might be in the worst time of your lives. Nothing is going right. No money, no job, bills to pay, no friends, no girlfriend. You're just tired and you feel sick at your life situation. Any more rejection and failure is going to drive you crazy. But I want to tell you something. It's this exact moment you're in where you feel like you're at your lowest, where you feel like you cannot take anymore. This is extremely, extremely important. This is the point that determines who you are and the person that you will eventually become. If you're at your lowest right now, my simple advice is to not run from these negative situations, but instead embrace it. And when life gets hard, you go even harder. I know we often talk about success, how you become successful, what you need to do to get there. Really, it just comes down to how much adversity you're willing to face and how well you respond to it. There are people who face adversity all the time but do not respond to it well at all, and that's why they eventually end up becoming nothing at all, or if they were something, they end up going all the way to the bottom. With that, if you've seen any of my videos on my channel, I've often talked about how my later years of high school and my early years of college were the lowest points of my life, mentally, physically, financially, spiritually. Everything was my lowest. I was in a new country completely by myself, just trying to figure out life for the very first time, leaving home, and I struggled really, really poorly. But more recently, something crazy really happened in my life. Exactly 1 week ago, last Tuesday, I faced adversity that I never thought I would. To keep a long story short, basically my bank account was hacked and I was robbed of $3,000. And with that, as I've explained in other videos, I've been basically working part-time for the last 4 months. So basically 25 hours a week. So if you multiply that by 4 weeks in a month, that's about 100 hours a month. And because I've been there for 4 months, that's been around 400 hours of work that I've put into this job that I really don't like at all. Just for all that to be vanished like that in seconds. This guy literally sent me to a similar situation I was in before starting work. He quite literally changed my life's plans for the next 4 to 6 months in a matter of seconds. This was the absolute last thing that I needed to happen. And to the scammer, by any chance, if you're watching this, I don't wish bad on you anymore. That's in God's hands and you have to deal with him directly now. So good luck with that. As pissed I was at the moment with that, after thinking about it after some time, I just thought about how pointless it would be to continuously think about this, to be angry, to exert any energy onto what happened. My friends and family were telling me that this is one big learning lesson so that once I have money in the future, stuff like this doesn't happen. To be honest, all of that is bullshit. Sorry guys. And honestly, the reason that this happened is to just see how I handle adversity and to test how thick my skin is. And so far, I think I've done a pretty good job. Since this has happened, I've taken extra hours on both Saturday and Sunday. I've just taken extra shifts. I've been reaching out to people I did basketball coaching for to see if I can just coach 2 extra days a week. I have goals that I want to hit. Basically, I've just laid out plans for everything and I am not taking my foot off the gas. I say all of this because when you are faced with situations like this, when you're at your lowest, when you get sent back to zero, this is a test to see how resilient you are. Now that you're at zero, do you resort to scamming? Do you resort to selling drugs to make extra money? Do you end up cheating and lying? Or are you the person who ends up doing nothing? When you get defeated, do you feel so low about yourself? You wallow in self-pity. You can't control what life throws at you, but you can control how you respond to it. Instead of asking why this happened to you, just accept that it did and continuously move on. You can't ask why now or why me. Everyone goes through some sort of adversity in their life, and really it just comes down to how you respond to it. I said it before in the beginning and I'll say it again now. When life gets hard, you go even harder. Do not stop. Do not look left or right. Do not sit back and reflect and think about what happened. You ask why this happened. You just continue to move forward. Do even more than you were doing before. For a period of your life, to at least get back to where you were or to just improve slightly, there might be a little bit less rest. There might be a little bit of less balance. Some friends, some family might not be talked to or seen as much. You might have to upset a few people, and that's totally okay. Right now, you need to enter a mini season of violence, of brute force, not optimization, not balance, just sheer hard work and intensity. It kind of reminds me of the lyrics from Wants and Needs by Drake and Lil Baby, where Lil Baby goes, I lost a Ferrari in Las Vegas, Nevada. I woke up the following day and went harder. That lyric has just always stuck by me because I always just thought it was so tough to hear, but it really reminds me of the situation and just the mindset that you need to adopt moving forward. And it basically just kind of summarizes what I've been trying to say in just one lyric. But if there's one thing that you take away from this video, you're not a loser when you lose. You're only a loser if you quit. When life gets hard, you go even harder. As always, I hope you got a ton of value from this video, and if you did, I wish you all the utmost success because there's plenty for all of us.